G'day guys, it's Captainoob here today, and my ex just drunk texted me, and how's your day going? Before we get into the slaughter today, I just wanted to announce that I've fixed the problems that are in the naming conventions in my mods, so you won't have to deal with the kneecapping, every weapon called kneecapping anymore, so yeah, that's pretty good. So if you want to go ahead and download that with that huge problem fixed, yeah, you can go ahead and do that whenever. But this here is the Instigating Relentless Sledgehammer here. It's got all the little attachments from Nuka World to give it a huge base damage. And while we are going primarily for stealth here, we can see that this weapon is going to do very well in destroying our enemies with that glorious instigating effect. Now the relentless effect we'll get to later, but that'll allow us to kill our enemies a little bit faster when it comes down to it. But for now, these gunners are soft and squishy, so we probably won't have to use much in the way of the relentless effect to help keep us going. But we might as well use a bit of VATS while we can. We'll go ahead and switch to third person here, and we'll go and hit. And we'll hit this one too. Good night. Next one on the list is you. So running up and doing the power attack is a very decent way of getting them killed instantly, as this is a instigating weapon with a strong base damage. Obviously the power attack is going to add to that. I messed up that shot really bad, and I'm being staggered by this guy punching, so we'll just go ahead and hit him in VATS. No harm done. Alright, heading to the center of this point now. Lots of gunners are going to be running about here, so we might even get to see a little bit of the relentless effect come into use here, but I'm telling you guys, it's useful, just trust me on this. So we'll go ahead and knock out these four. Might as well get the biggest VATS chain we can, make this all nice and quick. Alright, so there's usually a sergeant or a lieutenant back here. Knock him down. And the one here. You just brought your fists to a sledgehammer fight, and that was a cool ass hit. Good job. Alright, so we'll lose control for a bit because we got to do our animation again and then get staggered while doing the animation. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go into VATS once again and take out the captain and the legendary in one shot. Move on to this melee gunner here. Something tells me she's not going to last very long against the might of this hammer. Wow, I was right. I love it when I'm right. Move on to this one down here. Missile launcher. Yeah, we'll see how effective that is when I hit you in the face with this. And I did hit her in the face too. There's the mysterious stranger on call for a job that he did not have to do, so good on him for showing up. But we don't need his help. We'll move on to these gunners. Hit this guy. Get a nice cinematic smack on that dude. We'll jump up and climb these stairs, and we'll end these two gunners. There goes his head off in the distance, and you can go into glitch room. Last turret in the building who's going to put up any sort of fight, we'll go ahead and kill him. And the little Big Legs 4 will make sure that other turret goes down in the same strike too. So there you have it, definitely a very powerful weapon for any melee build against mobs, but let's go find out how it goes against monsters. Alrighty, here's Swan. Let's do a bit of sneaky and smash him in the back of his heels or something. That tends to do a lot of damage for sledgehammers. So we'll go and do that. We'll just stay out of his line of sight while we do this to make sure he doesn't spot us. And as long as we keep ourselves hidden, we should kill him pretty soon. Okay, looks like he's being distracted by something. Probably a ghoul that usually wanders up. We'll hide in this grass here. Lucky he's not very perceptive, and while he's like that, we might as well go ahead, activate our blitz, and do as much damage as we possibly can. Now, it's important to... Okay, it's a little bit glitchy on this one, but usually the idea is timing your VATS strikes so that you get all your action points back upon exiting VATS. And yeah, making criticals do that. But as you can see, Swan's not going to play nicely. Alrighty, let's go ahead and try that again, except this time, hopefully, the VATS doesn't glitch out on us to the point where we can't hit him, and we lose a bunch of action points for nothing. So if he goes on and runs down to that ghoul like last time, we should be fine if he doesn't. This time we'll start off behind him just to make sure we're actually able to get a few more sneak attack hits on him. Just like that, and that's lights out for Swan. Didn't need any of this instigating or relentless or VATS business to kill him. You just kill him with one big giant swoop of the hammer. So there goes Swan, and good riddance to ya, and we'll move on to something else where we can actually succeed a little bit with VATS. Maybe a Radroach. Okay, let's go find this Radroach, and we'll make sure we get rid of him as soon as possible. So let's go around here. There's old Roachzilla. Let's get into him. We'll see how we do. And we can one-shot him too. So definitely, if the Relentless perk isn't going to do it for you, the Instigating effect will. Bloody hell, that's powerful. We'll go ahead and move on to something else. Okay, I'm determined to actually make the Relentless effect work for this sledgehammer here. So we'll go ahead and attack an enemy that is probably too perceptive to allow me to sneak attack him for that long. But we'll go ahead and do that now. We're still in hidden, so we'll go ahead and take him out. Maybe we'll take out the minions first, just because we want to get them out of the way. Still in hidden right here, so they haven't noticed me just yet. This Deathclaw is next on the list, then we can take out the big one. Dead Deathclaw. Into caution now, which means he knows something's up, but we'll make sure he doesn't see the light of day next morning. So we'll go ahead and be nice and sneaky, making as much noise as we can while jumping around. That actually doesn't actually do anything bad for your stealth. But now he's decided to take off and run into the night, so we'll go ahead and follow him. He's coming nice and close. Time to take him out. So we get a little bit of a sneak attack on him, but not too much. So we'll go ahead and crit on our last VATS hit here, and to make sure we get all our action points back, while he goes ahead and descends to the ground from his super jump, we'll turn around and light him up in VATS once more. Now it's important here to make sure we execute our criticals on the last attack of our things, and hopefully it doesn't glitch out on us like it usually does, because if we time that properly, we can get lots and lots of VATS hits in, which is great because, one, as a melee weapon, you want to be using VATS against a Deathclaw as much as possible. Okay. We'll just wait for him to come back up here. Can we get a shot on him? Yes, we can. Crit. Okay, nice and mutated now. So we're in trouble if he hits us once again. But we got our action points back. That means we can go ahead and sprint out of his way for a bit and turn around and get that good old blitz damage on him when he's a little bit further away. So we'll go ahead and crit him on the 5th shot. That's number 4. Nope, he goes ahead and picks us up anyway. He's got no time for this VATS nonsense. So in response to that, we might as well just... Can we hop over the fence? No, we can't. We'll just go ahead and break his pathing as much as possible. And before he hits us with his giant claws there, we'll go ahead and hit him in VATS and crit him on that last shot, so we just get all our action points back, ready to strike for the next round. Here he is. That's just a mythic Deathclaw, sorry. I was wondering why he looks so small. So this is one of the minions that have rocked up. We might as well grind up some more crits on him, even though we do actually get a fairly decent amount of crits by just attacking them before we execute ours, but always good to have some in the bag in case 4-leaf clove doesn't proc. So it looks like we're fading out of danger here. He wants none of this business. Don't worry mate, it will be over soon. Maybe we could get him dead now with a sneak attack critical. Just moving a little bit closer. Looks like we're good. We'll crit him now. Takes out about half of his health that he has remaining. And we'll make sure we hit him as much as we can. We'll pop a crit now, and there we go. Got our action points back. Don't need to worry about Blitz. He's almost dead. Come on, we can do it. And killed him on his super jump. There he goes. That's one dead Deathclaw. Alrighty, so there you have it. The Instigating Relentless big old sledgehammer. This is a pretty damn good melee weapon, and I have definitely noted that the relentless effects on melee weapons are definitely good, especially when you can use them properly, because using melee weapons in VATS gives you such a big advantage that, yeah, it's right on par with the power of some weapons, minus the range, of course. But yeah, that was it for this weapon. If you'd like to use this weapon for yourself, be sure to look in the description below. It'll contain a link to the mod for whichever platform you're on, so you don't have to worry if you're on PS4. This one's for you guys too. Thank you for watching, guys.